I like to think of string crossings the way a calligrapher might think of writing, that is, in terms of the shapes being drawn. So I want to take a little look at some of the basic patterns. Starting low down in the bow, here we go. So at the heel we've got a basic V shape when going from a lower string to an upper string on a down bow. The opposite way round is a sort of horseshoe. And the horseshoe completes to make a kind of egg shape if we play continuous up and down bows. And no change there when we reverse the stroke. And if we go one string further, then we get a combination of the horseshoe and the V. And if we turn the bowing round, then the shapes flip round. Now if we're doing a slur, we want a nice smooth string crossing, we're going to have a curve in the air. This is the same whether we're going over 2 strings or 3 strings or more. And then there's a figure of 8 and so on. Now low down in the bow, those shapes are quite clearly defined because the angles are tight and the distances are small. As we go further up the bow, they get a bit more fluid as we navigate the bigger distances and the wider angles. So some of the shapes soften up a little bit, but essentially they're the same. Now there are a couple of points I want you to take away from this video. The first is that any passage with complicated string crossings is simply these basic components strung together. So it's really helpful to know what they are and to learn the patterns. You could imagine a sort of system of air calligraphy. A basic visualization might look something like this. The other point that I want to leave you with is the idea that sometimes it's really helpful to shift the focus away from the contact point and actually onto the hand itself and these shapes that we're drawing here, because it's the clarity and the accuracy of those shapes that allow us to navigate the very small distances at the contact point skillfully. So it's a slightly different way of thinking about string crossings, I suppose, with the focus shifted onto the hand. Use your eyes to help you. That's always a really helpful tool that is sometimes neglected if we're staring at the music. So I hope that's been helpful. The next one in this series, I'm going to be looking at the level of the arm versus which string we're on. So if they are helpful, please comment, share the videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.